And welcome to our performance of The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. Before we begin, a few quick reminders. Please silence your cell phones, refrain from flash photography and videography, and save your conversations for intermission or after the show. We will have a 15-minute intermission, during which you are invited to visit the concession table. Your support will help the junior class with their fundraising efforts, so be sure to stop by and enjoy a treat. Additionally, we are honoured to welcome guests from the Autism Society of the Lehigh Valley and Last Chance Ranch. Be sure to visit their information tables in the lobby to learn more about the meaningful work they do in our community. This production marks the final show of our 2024 to 2025 theatre season, and we couldn't be more proud of the incredible performances, creativity, and dedication displayed throughout the year. But the arts at Moravian Academy aren't done yet. Be sure to mark your calendars for these upcoming events. The Middle and Upper School String Orchestra Concert on Wednesday, April 30th, Strike Up the Band's concert on Friday, May 9th, MSU's Senior Showcase Red and Gold recital on May 17th, the Moravian Academy Art Show on May 20th in the late afternoon, and then, later in the evening, attend the Spring Ring Sing Thing at 7 p.m. in the Dyer Auditorium. And lastly, tune in to the televised Freddie Awards at the State Theatre on 69 News at WFMZ on May 22nd at 7 p.m. to support our incredible cast, crew, and creatives in their musical achievements. If you'd like to continue supporting the arts at Moravian Academy, we invite you to explore these events and other opportunities to get involved. Your encouragement and contributions make it possible for students to express their creativity and share powerful stories on stage. Thank you again for joining us. We hope this performance sparks conversations and leaves you seeing the world just a little differently. Now please enjoy The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. Oh, holy fuck, what have you done? Oh no, oh hell no.
It was 7 minutes after midnight. The dog was laying on the grass in the middle of the lawn in front of Mrs. Shear's house. Its eyes were closed. It looked as if it was running on its side the way dogs run when they think they are chasing a cat in a dream. But the dog was not running or asleep. The dog was dead.
Get away from my dog.
There was a garden fork sticking out of the dog. The dog was called Wellington. It belonged to Mrs. Shears, who was our friend. She lived on the opposite side of the road, 2 houses to the left.
Get away from my dog!
My name is Christopher John Francis Fu. I live at 36 Randolph Street, Swindon, Wiltshire. I know all the countries in the world and capital cities, and can name every prime number up to 7,507.
Get away from my dog, for Christ's sake!
After 12.5 minutes, a policeman arrived. He had a big orange leaf stuck to the bottom of his shoe, which was poking out from one side. This is good, Christopher. It's quite exciting. I like the detail. It makes it more realistic. He squatted down next to me. He said to me,
"Would you like to tell me what's going on here, young man?"
I do not tell lies. Mother used to say this was because I was a good person, but it's not because I'm a good person. It's because I can't tell lies.
The dog is dead.
I got that far.
I think someone killed the dog.
How old are you?
I'm 15 years and 3 months and 2 days.
And what precisely are you doing in the garden?
I'm talking to you.
Okay, what were you doing in the garden in the first place?
I was holding the dog.
Why were you holding the dog?
I like dogs.
Did you kill the dog?
I did not kill the dog.
You seem very upset about this. I'm going to ask you once again. Terrific. Young man, I'm going to have to ask you to stop making that noise and to stand up, please, calmly and quietly. Marvelous. Great. I'm arresting you for assaulting a police officer. I strongly advise you to get in the back of the police car, because if you try any of that monkey business again, you little shit, I'm going to seriously lose my rag. Is that understood?
I find people confusing. This is for 2 main reasons. The first main reason is that people do a lot of talking without using any words. Chabon says that if you raise one eyebrow, it can mean lots of different things. It can mean, I want to do sex with you. I never said that.
Yes, you did.
I didn't use those words, Christopher.
You did on September 12th last year at first break.
And it can also mean, I think what you just said was very stupid.
Could you empty your pockets into the tray, please, Christopher?
Is that in case I have anything in them I could use to kill myself, or escape, or attack a policeman with?
That's right.
I've got a Swiss Army knife, but I only use that for doing odd jobs, not for stabbing things or hurting people.
Jolly good.
A piece of string.
A piece of a wooden puzzle.
3 pellets of rat food for my pet rat, Toby.
£1.47 made up of a £1 coin, a 20p coin, 2 10p coins, a 5p coin, and a 2p coin.
A red paper clip.
A key for the front door.
A Swiss Army knife with 30 attachments, including a saw and a wire stripper and tweezers and a toothpick.
Could you take your watch off, please, Christopher?
No.
I'm sorry, Christopher?
I need my watch to know exactly what time it is.
Give it here, then.
No!
All right, son, you keep it. Do you have any family, Christopher?
Yes, I do.
And who is your family?
Father and mother. But mother is dead. And also Uncle Terry, who is in Sunderland. He is my father's brother. And my grandparents too, but 3 of them are dead. And Grandma Burton lives in a home because she has senile dementia and thinks I am someone on television.
Right. Lovely. Do you know your father's phone number, Christopher? Christopher, Mr. Boone, could you come this way, please? Now, I've spoken to your father. He says you didn't mean to hit the policeman. Did you mean to hit the policeman?
Yes.
But you didn't mean to hurt the policeman.
No, I didn't mean to hurt the policeman. I just wanted him to stop touching me.
You do know it is wrong to hit a policeman, don't you?
I do.
Did you kill the dog, Christopher?
I did not kill the dog.
You do know that it is wrong to lie to policemen, don't you? You can get in a great deal of trouble if you do.
Yes.
Do you know who killed the dog, Christopher?
No.
Are you telling the truth?
Yes. I always tell the truth.
Right. I'm going to give you a caution.
Is that going to be on a piece of paper, like a certificate I can keep?
No. A caution means we are going to keep record of what you did. That you hit a policeman, but it was an accident, and you didn't mean to hurt the policeman.
But it wasn't an accident.
Christopher, please.
If you get into any more trouble, we are going to take out your record, see that you have been given a caution, and be forced to take things much more seriously. Do you understand what I'm saying, Christopher?
Yes.
The second main reason I find people confusing is that people often talk using metaphors. These are examples of metaphors.
I'm going to seriously lose my rag.
He was the apple of her eye.
They had a skeleton in the cupboard.
We had a real pig of a day.
The dog was stone dead.
The word metaphor means carrying something from one place to another, and it is when you describe something by using a word for something that it isn't. This means that the word metaphor is a metaphor. Wow, that's clever.
It's true.
Yes. I think it should be called a lie because a pig is not like a day, and people do not have skeletons in their cupboards, and when I try to make a picture of the phrase in my head, it just confuses me because imagining an apple in someone's eye doesn't have anything to do with liking them a lot, and it makes you forget what the person was talking about.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I didn't kill Wellington.
I know. Christopher, you have to stay out of trouble, okay?
I didn't know I was going to get into trouble. I like Wellington, and I went to say hello to him, but I didn't know that someone had killed him.
Just try to keep your nose out of other people's business.
I am going to find out who killed Wellington.
Were you listening to what I was saying, Christopher?
Yes, I was listening to what you were saying, but when someone gets murdered, you have to find out who did it so that they can be punished.
It's a bloody dog, Christopher. A bloody dog.
I think dogs are important too. I think some dogs are cleverer than some people. Steve, for example, who comes to school on Thursdays, needs help eating his food, and he probably couldn't even fetch a stick.
Leave it.
I wonder if the police will find out who killed him and punish the person.
I said leave it, for God's sake.
Are you sad about Wellington?
Yes, Christopher, you could say that. You could very well say that.
Mother died. 2 years ago. I came home from school one day and no one answered the door, so I went and found the secret key that we keep under the flower pot outside the kitchen window. I let myself into the house and wiped my feet on the mat. I put the key in the bowl on the table. I took my coat off and hung it by the side of the fridge so it would be ready for school the next day, and gave 3 pellets of rat food to Toby, who is my pet rat. I made myself a raspberry milkshake and heated it up in the microwave. Then I went up to my bedroom and turned on my bedroom light and played 6 games of Tetris and got to level 38, which is my 4th best ever score. An hour later, Father came home from work.
Christopher, have you seen your mum?
No.
He went downstairs and started making some phone calls. I did not hear what he said. Then he came up to my room and said he had to go out for a while and he wasn't sure how long he would be. He said that if I needed anything, I should call him on his mobile phone. He was away for 2.5 hours. When he came back, I went downstairs.
I'm afraid you won't be seeing your mother for a while.
Why not?
Your mother has had to go into hospital.
Can we visit her?
No,
Why can't we?
she needs rest. She needs to be on her own.
Is it a psychiatric hospital?
No, it's an ordinary hospital. She has a problem with her heart.
I am going to make her a get well card. If I make her a get well card, will you take it in for her tomorrow?
How are you today, Christopher?
Very well, thank you.
Good.
In the bus, on the way to school, we passed 4 red cars in a row.
4.
So today is a good day.
It's great. I'm glad.
I've decided I am going to find out who killed Wellington and make it a project, even though Father told me not to, because a good day is a day for projects and planning things.
Who's Wellington?
Wellington is a dog that used to belong to my neighbour, Mrs. Shears, who is our friend, but he is dead now because somebody killed him by putting a garden fork through him. And I found him, and then a policeman came and thought I'd killed him, but I hadn't, and then he tried to touch me, so I hit him, and then I had to go to the police station.
Gosh.
And I decided I'm going to try and find out who really killed Wellington and make it a project, even though Father told me not to.
Did he?
Yes,
I see.
I don't always do what I'm told.
Why?
Because when people tell you what to do, it is often confusing and does not make sense. For example, people often say, be quiet, but they don't tell you how long to be quiet for.
No. Why did your father tell you not to try to find out who killed Wellington?
I don't know.
If your father said you shouldn't do something, maybe you shouldn't do it. Well, we're meant to be writing stories today. Why don't you write about what happened to Wellington?
Okay, I will.
Christopher, I'm sorry. Your mother's died. She's had a heart attack. It wasn't expected.
What kind of heart attack?
I don't know what kind of heart attack. Now isn't the moment, Christopher, to be asking questions like that.
It was probably an aneurysm.
I'm sorry, Christopher. I'm really sorry.
Reverend Peters, where is heaven?
I'm sorry, Christopher.
In our universe, whereabouts is it exactly?
It's not in our universe. It's in another kind of place altogether.
There isn't anything outside of our universe, Reverend Peters. There isn't another kind of place altogether. Except there might be if you go through a black hole, but a black hole is what is called a singularity, which means it's impossible to find out what is on the other side because the gravity of a black hole is so big that even electromagnetic waves, like light, can't get out of it. And electromagnetic waves are how we get information about things which are far away. And if heaven is on the other side of a black hole, then dead people would have to be fired into space on a rocket to get there. And if they aren't, well, people would notice.
Christopher, we should talk about this another day, when I have more time.
The next day was Saturday, and there was not much to do on a Saturday unless Father takes me out somewhere on an outing to the boating lake or to the garden centre. But on this Saturday, England were playing Romania at football, which meant we weren't going to go on an outing because Father wanted to watch the match on the television. So, I made a decision. I decided to do some more detection. I decided to go out on my own. I do not like strangers. So talking to other people on our street was brave, but if you're going to do detective work, you have to be brave, so I have no choice.
Can I help you?
Do you know who killed Wellington?
Who are you?
I'm Christopher Boone from number 36, and I know you. You're Mr. Thompson.
I'm Mr. Thompson's brother.
Do you know who killed Wellington?
Who the fuck is Wellington?
Mrs. Shears' dog. Mrs. Shears is from number 39.
Someone killed her dog?
With a fork.
Jesus Christ.
A garden fork.
Oh.
Do you know who killed him?
Look, son, do you really think you should be going round asking questions like this?
Yes, I do, because I want to find out who killed Wellington, and I'm writing a book about it.
Well, I was in Colchester on Thursday, so you're asking the wrong bloke.
Thank you for helping with my investigation. Do you know who killed Wellington?
Bloody hell. Policemen really are getting younger, aren't they?
2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, 31, 37, 41, 43, 47, 53, 59, 61, 67. Do you know anything about Wellington getting killed?
I heard about it yesterday. Dreadful, dreadful.
Do you know who killed him?
No, I don't.
Well, somebody must know, because the person who killed Wellington knows that they killed Wellington. Unless they were a mad person and didn't know what they were doing. Or unless they had senile dementia.
You're Christopher, aren't you?
Yes, I live at number 36.
We haven't talked before, have we?
No, I don't talk to strangers, but I'm doing detective work.
I see you every day, going to school on your school bus when I'm walking my dog. It's very nice of you to come and say hello, even if it's only because you're doing detective work.
Thank you.
I have a grandson your age.
My age is 15 years and 3 months and 3 days.
Well, almost your age. You don't have a dog, do you?
No.
I bet you probably like a dog, wouldn't you?
I have a rat.
A rat?
He's called Toby.
Oh.
Most people don't like rats because they think they carry diseases like bubonic plague. But that's only because they used to live in sewers and were stowed away on strange ships coming from foreign countries where there were strange diseases. But rats are very clean.
Do you want to come in for tea?
I don't go into other people's houses.
Well, maybe I could bring some tea out here. Do you like lemon squash?
I only like orange squash.
Well, luckily I have some of that as well. And what about biscuits? Do you like biscuits?
Yes, some sorts of biscuits.
I'll get a selection.
She moved very slowly because she was an old lady, and she was inside the house for more than 6 minutes, and I began to get nervous because I didn't know if she was telling the truth about getting orange squash and Battenberg cake. And I thought she might be ringing the police, and then I'd get into much more serious trouble because of the caution. So I walked away.
Why would you kill a dog?
I wouldn't.
I think you would only kill a dog if A, you hated the dog, or B, if you were a mad person. Or C, if you wanted to make Mrs. Shears sad. I don't know anybody who hated Wellington, so if it was A, it was probably a stranger. I don't know any mad people either, so if it was B, it was also probably a stranger.
Right.
But then again, most murders are committed by someone known to the victim. In fact, you are most likely to be murdered by a member of your own family on Christmas Day.
Is that a fact?
Yes, actually, it is a fact. Wellington was therefore most likely to have been killed by someone known to him. I only know one person who doesn't like Mrs. Shears, and that is Mr. Shears, who divorced Mrs. Shears and left her to live somewhere else, and who knew Wellington very well indeed. This means that Mr. Shears is my prime suspect.
Christopher?
I am going to find out more about Mr. Shears.
Where have you been?
I have been out.
I've just had a phone call with Mrs. Shears. What the hell were you doing poking around her garden?
I was doing detective work, trying to figure out who killed Wellington.
How many times do I have to tell you, Christopher? I told you to keep your nose out of other people's business.
I think Mr. Shears probably killed Wellington.
I will not have that man's name mentioned in my house.
Why not?
That man is evil.
Does that mean he might have killed Wellington?
Jesus wept. Okay, Christopher, I'm going to tell you this for the last and final time. I will not tell you again. Look at me when I'm talking to you, for God's sake. Look at me. You are not to go asking Mrs. Shears who killed that bloody dog. You're not to go asking anyone who killed that bloody dog. You're to stop trespassing in other people's gardens, and you're to stop this ridiculous bloody detective game right now. I'm going to make you promise me, Christopher, and you know what it means when I make you promise.
I think I would make a very good astronaut.
Yes, mate, you probably would.
To be a good astronaut, you have to be intelligent, and I'm intelligent, and you also have to understand how machines work, and I understand how machines work.
You would also have to be someone who would like being on their own, in a tiny spacecraft, thousands and thousands of miles away from the surface of the Earth, and not panic, or get claustrophobia, or homesick, or insane. And I really like little spaces, so long as there is no one else in them with me.
I noticed.
Sometimes, when I want to be on my own, I get into the airing cupboard and slide in beside the boiler and pull the door closed behind me, and I just sit there and think for hours, and it makes me feel very calm.
So, I would have to be an astronaut on my own, or have my own part of the spacecraft that no one else could come into. And also, there are no yellow or brown things on a spacecraft, so that would be okay too. And I would have to talk to other people from Mission Control, but we would do that through a radio link-up, and a TV monitor, so it wouldn't be like talking to real people who are strangers, but it would be like playing a computer game.
Which you like.
Also, I wouldn't be homesick at all, because I'd be surrounded by lots of things I like, which are machines, and computers, and outer space. And I would be able to look out of a little window in the spacecraft and know that there was no one else near me for thousands and thousands.
Christopher,
What?
could you please just give it a bit of a break, mate? Please.
And know that there was no one else near me for thousands and thousands of miles, which is what I sometimes do at night in the summer when I go and lie on the lawn and look up at the sky and I put my hands around the sides of my face so they can't see the fence or the chimney or the wash line, and I can pretend I'm in space, and all I could see would be stars. And stars are the places where the molecules that life is made of were constructed billions of years ago. For example, the iron in your blood, which stops you from being anemic, was made in a star. And I would like it if I could take Toby with me into space, and that might be allowed because they sometimes do take animals into space for experiments. So if I could come up with a good experiment that you could do on a rat that didn't hurt the rat, then I could make them let me take Toby. But if they didn't, I would still go because it would be a dream come true.
Father said.
I see. That's a pity.
So the book is finished.
If your father said he doesn't want you to do something, then he probably has a good reason, and I think you should stop. But you should be proud of what you've written so far because, well, it's great.
It's not a proper book.
Why not?
It doesn't have a proper ending. I never found out who killed Wellington, so the murderer is still at large.
Not all murders are solved. Not all murderers are caught.
Father said never to mention Mr. Shear's name in our house again, and that he is an evil man, and maybe that meant he was the one who killed Wellington.
I think you should do what your father's told you to do.
What happened to you the other day? I came out again and you'd gone. I had to eat all the biscuits myself. I was looking forward to our little chat.
I don't do chatting. I don't like it.
No, I don't suppose you do. Do you like computers?
Yes, I like computers. I have a computer in my room.
I know, I can see you sitting at your computer in your bedroom sometimes when I look across the street.
And I like maths. and looking after Toby. And I also like outer space. And I like being on my own.
I bet you're very good at maths, aren't you?
I am. I'm going to do A-level maths next month, and I'm going to get an A star.
Really? A-level maths?
I'm the first person to take an A-level from my school because it is a special school. All the other children at my school are stupid. Except I'm not meant to call them that, even though that is what they are.
Well, I am very impressed, and I hope you do get an A star.
I will.
And the other thing I know about you is that your favorite color is not yellow.
No, and it's not brown either. My favorite color is red and metal color. Do you know Mr. Shears?
Not really, no. I mean, I knew him well enough to say hello, but I didn't know much about him. I think he worked in the National Westminster Bank in town.
Father said that he was an evil man. Do you know why he said that?
Perhaps it would be best not to talk about these things, Christopher.
Why not?
Because maybe your father is right and you shouldn't go around asking questions about this.
Why?
Because obviously he's going to find it quite upsetting.
Why is he going to find it quite upsetting?
I think you know why your father doesn't like Mr. Shears very much.
Did Mr. Shears kill Mother?
Kill her?
Yes. Did he kill Mother?
No, of course he didn't kill your mother.
Or did he give her stress so that she died of a heart attack?
I honestly don't know what you're talking about, Christopher.
Or did he hurt her so that she had to go into hospital?
Did she have to go into hospital?
Yes, and it wasn't very serious at first, but when she was in hospital, she had a heart attack.
Oh my goodness.
And she died.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Christopher, I'm so sorry. I never realized.
Why did you say, I think you know why your father doesn't like Mr. Shears very much?
Oh dear. Christopher, look, perhaps we should take a little walk in the park together. This is not the place to be talking about this kind of thing. Christopher, I am going to say something to you, and you have to promise me that you will not tell your father that I told you this.
Why?
Christopher, please just trust me.
I promise.
Your mother, before she died, was very good friends with Mr. Shears.
I know.
No, Christopher, I'm not sure that you do. I mean that they were very good friends. Very, very good friends.
Do you mean that they were doing sex?
Yes, Christopher, that is what I mean. Christopher, I'm so sorry. I never meant to say anything that was going to upset you.
Is that why Mr. Shears left Mrs. Shears? Because he was doing sex with someone else while he was still married to Mrs. Shears?
Yes, I expect so.
I think I should go now.
Are you okay, Christopher?
I can't be on my own with you because you are a stranger.
I'm not a stranger, Christopher. I'm a friend.
Have you told your father about this?
No.
Are you going to tell your father about this?
No.
Did it make you sad to find this out?
Find what out?
Did it make you sad to find out that your mother and Mr. Shears had an affair?
No.
Are you telling the truth?
Yes, I always tell the truth. It didn't make me feel sad because Mother is dead. So I would be feeling sad about something that isn't real and doesn't exist, and that would be stupid.
What was your mother like? Do you remember much about her?
I remember the 20th of July, 2010. I was 9 years old. It was a Tuesday. We were on holiday in Cornwall. We were on the beach in a place called Polperro. Mother was wearing a pair of shorts made out of denim and a stripy blue swimming costume. And she was smoking menthol cigarettes, which were mint flavor. And she wasn't swimming. She was sunbathing on a towel which had red and purple stripes. And she was reading a book by Georgette Heyer called The Masqueraders. And then she finished sunbathing and went into the water, and she said,
Bloody Nora, it's cold.
Bloody Nora, it's cold. And then she said I should come and swim too, but I didn't like swimming because I don't like taking my clothes off. So she said I should just roll my trousers up and walk into the water a little way. So I did, and Mother said,
Christopher, look, it's lovely.
And then she jumped backwards and disappeared into the water, and I thought a shark had eaten her, so I screamed. And then she stood up out of the water and came over to where I was sitting and held up her right hand and spread out her fingers like a fan.
Come on, Christopher, touch my hand. Come on now, stop screaming. Touch my hand. Listen to me, Christopher. You can do it. It's okay. It's okay, Christopher. There aren't any sharks in Cornwall.
When we were inside the park, Mrs. Alexander stopped walking and said, I'm going to say something to you, and you must promise not to tell your father I told you this. Your mother, before she died, was very good friends with Mr. Shears.
And other times, she used to say,
If I hadn't married your father, I think I'd be living in a little farmhouse in the south of France with someone called Jean. And he'd be, a local handyman. You know, doing painting, decorating for people, gardening, building fences. And we'd have a French bulldog in a veranda with figs growing over it. And there'd be a sunflower field at the bottom of the garden and a little town on the hill in the distance. And we'd sit outside in the evening and drink red wine and smoke Gauloise cigarettes and watch the sun go down.
What is this?
It's a book I'm writing.
Is this true? Did you speak to Mrs. Alexander?
Yes.
Jesus, Christopher, how stupid are you? What the hell did I tell you, Christopher?
Not to mention Mr. Shears' name in our house again, and not to go asking Mrs. Shears or anyone about who killed that bloody dog, and not to go trespassing on other people's gardens, and to stop this ridiculous bloody detective game. Except I haven't done any of those things. I was just asking Mrs. Alexander about Mr. Shears because I was doing chatting.
Don't give me that bollocks, little shit. You knew exactly what you were bloody doing. I've read the book. Remember? What else did I say?
I don't know.
Come on, memory man, not to go sticking your nose into other people's business. And what do? You go around sticking your nose into other people's business. You go around raking up the past and sharing it with every Tom, Dick, and Harry you bump into. What am I going to do with you, Christopher? What the hell am I going to do with you?
I was just chatting with Mrs. Alexander. I wasn't doing investigating.
I ask you to do one thing for me, Christopher. One thing!
I didn't want to talk to Mrs. Alexander. It was Mrs. Alexander. No! 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 No!
I need a drink. I'm sorry I hit you. I didn't mean to. Christopher, I love you very much. Don't ever forget that. I worry about you because I don't want to see you getting in trouble. Because I don't want to see you get hurt.
Where is my book?
Christopher, do you understand that I love you?
Is it in the dustbin at the front of the house?
The next day, when I got home from school, Father was still at work, so I went outside and looked inside the dustbin, but the book wasn't there. I wondered if Father had put it into his van and driven to the tip and put it into the big bins there, but I did not want that to be true because then I would never see it again. One other possibility was that Father had hidden my book somewhere in the house. So, I decided to do some detecting to see if I could find it. I started by looking in the kitchen. Then I detected in the laundry room. Then I detected in the dining room. Then I detected in the living room, where I found the missing wheel from my Airfix Messerschmitt BF109 G6 model under the sofa. Then I went upstairs, but I didn't do any detecting in my own room because I reasoned that Father wouldn't hide something from me in my own room unless he was being very clever and doing what is called a double bluff, like in a real murder mystery novel. So, I decided to look in my own room only if I couldn't find the book anywhere else. I detected in the bathroom, but the only place to look was in the airing cupboard and there was nothing in there. Which meant the only room left to detect in was Father's bedroom. I started by looking under the bed. There were 5 shoes and a comb with lots of hair in it, and a monkey wrench and a chocolate biscuit, and a magazine called Men Only, and a pair of underpants from Marks and Spencer's with a little bit of wee left in them, and a Scooby-Doo tie and a wooden spoon. But not my book. Then I looked in the drawers on either side of the dressing table. But these only contained aspirin and nail clippers and batteries and dental floss and tissues and a spare false tooth and a tampon, but my book wasn't there either. Then I looked in his clothes cupboard. In the bottom of the cupboard was a large plastic toolbox which was full of tools for doing it yourself. But I could see these without opening the box because it was made of transparent grey plastic. Then I saw that there was another box underneath the toolbox. The other box was an old cardboard box that is called a shirt box because people used to buy shirts in them. And when I opened the shirt box, I saw my book was inside it. Then I heard Father's van pulling up outside the house, and I knew I had to think fast and be clever. And that is when I saw the envelope. It was an envelope addressed to me, and it was lying under my book in the shirt box with some other envelopes. I picked it up. It had never been opened. It said,
Christopher Boone, 36 Randolph Street, Swindon, Wiltshire.
Then I noticed there were lots of envelopes, and they were all addressed to me, and this was interesting and confusing. And then I noticed how the words Christopher and Swindon were written. They were written like this.
Christopher Swindon.
I only know 3 people who do little circles instead of a dot over the letter I. And one of them is Chabon, and one of them was Mr. Loxley, who used to teach at the school, and one of them was Mother.
Christopher?
Hello.
So, what have you been up to, young man?
Today, we did life skills with Chabon, which was using money and public transport. And I had tomato soup for lunch and 3 apples. And then I practiced some maths in the afternoon. And we went on a walk in the park with Mrs. Gascoigne and collected leaves for making collages.
Excellent. Excellent. What do you fancy for chow tonight?
baked beans, and broccoli.
I think that can be very easily arranged. I'm just going to go put the shelves up in the living room, if that's all right with you. I'll make a bit of a racket, I'm afraid, so if you want to watch television, we're going to have to shift it upstairs.
I'll go and be on my own in my room.
Good man.
So I went into my room, and when I was in the room, I shut the door and took out the envelope. I opened the envelope. Inside there was a letter, and this is what was written in the letter.
451C Chapter Road, Wilson, London, NW2 5NG, 0208 887 8907. Dear Christopher, I was looking through some old photos last night, which made me sad. But then I found a photo of you playing with the train set we bought for you a couple of Christmases ago. And that made me happy, because it was one of the really good times we had together. Do you remember how you played with it all day, and you refused to go to bed at night because you were still playing with it? We told you about train timetables, and then you made a train timetable and you made the train run on time. And there was a little wooden station too, and we showed you how people who wanted to go on a train went to the station, bought a ticket, and then went on a train. And you played with it for weeks and weeks and weeks. I liked remembering that a lot. You haven't written to me yet, so I know you're probably still angry with me. I'm sorry, Christopher, but I still love you, and I hope you don't stay angry with me forever. And I'd really love it if you were able to write me a letter. I think about you all the time. Lots of love, your mum.
I was really confused. Mother had never written a letter to me before, and Mother had never lived in London. I looked at the front of the envelope and I saw there was a postmark, and there was a date on the postmark. The 16th of October, 2015, which meant that the letter was posted 18 months after Mother had died. When I started writing my book, there was only one mystery to solve. Now there were two. I decided not to think about it anymore that night because I didn't have enough information and could easily leap to the wrong conclusions.
You're soaking.
Yes.
Give me a pullover. I'll hang it up. How was school?
It was good, thank you. Joseph Fleming took his trousers off and went to the toilet all over the floor of the changing room and started to eat it, but Mr. Davis stopped him.
Good old Mr. Davis, eh?
Joseph eats everything.
Does he?
He once ate one of the little blocks of blue disinfectant which hang inside the toilets, and he once ate a £50 note from his mother's wallet, and he eats rubber bands and string and tissues and writing paper and paints and plastic forks, and he bangs his chin and screams a lot.
I know how he feels. Christopher, I've got to go out.
Why?
There's been a call. There's a lady. The cellar's flooded. I've got to go out and fix it.
Is it an emergency?
Yes, mate.
It is raining very heavily.
It is.
The rain looks like white sparks.
Christopher, if I go out, will you be okay?
Yes, I will, because there's nobody around, because everybody's staying indoors.
Good. 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 Good lad.
I like looking at the rain.
Terrific.
I like it because it makes me think how all the water in the world is connected.
Does it?
This water, this rain, has evaporated from somewhere, maybe like the Gulf of Mexico, maybe, or Baffin Bay, and is now falling in front of The house.
I'll have my mobile with me,
Yes,
so you can call me if there's a problem.
yes,
Behave yourself, Christopher. Yeah?
yeah.
So, I went into his bedroom and opened up the cupboard and lifted the toolbox off the shirt box and opened the shirt box. I counted out the letters. There were 43 of them. They were all addressed to me in the same handwriting. I took one and opened it. Inside was this letter.
451C Chapter Road, London, NW2 5NG. 0208 887 8907. Dear Christopher, I said that I wanted to explain to you why I went away when I had the time to do it properly. Now I have lots of time. So I'm sitting on the sofa here with this letter and the radio on, and I'm going to try to explain. I was not a very good mother, Christopher. Maybe if things had been different, maybe if you'd been different, I might have been better at it. But that's just the way things turned out. I'm not like your father. Your father is a much more patient person. He just gets on with things, and if things upset him, he doesn't let it show. But that's not the way I am. Do you remember when we were shopping in town once, and we went into Fenton's, and it was really crowded, and we had to get a Christmas present for Grandma, and you were frightened because of all the people in the shop. So you crouched down and put your hands over your ears, and you were in the way of everyone. So I got cross because I don't like shopping at Christmas either. And I told you to behave, and I tried to pick you up and move you. But then you shouted, and you knocked those mixers off the shelf, and everyone turned around to see what was going on. And there were boxes and bits of string and bits of broken ball on the floor, and everyone was staring, and I saw that you had wet yourself, and I was so cross that I wanted to take you out of the shop, but you wouldn't let me touch you, so we had to wait there till you'd stop screaming. And I remember that night, I just cried and cried and cried, and your father was really nice about it at first, and he made you supper and put you to bed, and he said these things happened, and it would be okay. But then I said I couldn't take it anymore, and eventually he got really cross, and he told me I was being stupid and said I should pull myself together, and I hit him! Which was wrong. I was so upset. And we had a lot of arguments like that. And after a while, we stopped talking to each other very much because we knew it would always end up in an argument. And I felt really lonely.
And that was when I started spending lots of time with Roger.
And that was when I started spending lots of time with Roger. I know you might not understand any of this, but I wanted to try to explain so that you knew.
We had a lot in common, and then we realized that we were in love with one.
I told him that I couldn't leave you, and that made him sad, but he understood that you were really important to me.
And you started to shout, and I got cross, and I threw the food across the room, which I know I shouldn't have done.
And you grabbed the chopping board, and you threw it, and it hit my foot, it broke my toes.
And afterwards at home, your father and I had a huge argument.
And I couldn't walk properly for a month, do you remember? And your father had to look after you.
And I remember looking at the two of you and seeing you together and thinking how you were really different with him. Much calmer.
It made me so sad, because it was like you didn't need me at all.
And I think then I realized that your father and you were probably better off if I wasn't living in the house.
And Roger asked me if I wanted to come with him.
And it broke my heart. But eventually I decided it would be better for all of us if I went.
And so I said yes.
And I meant to say goodbye.
But when I rang, your father said that I couldn't. He was very angry. He said that I couldn't.
He said that I couldn't talk to you.
And I didn't know what to do.
He said I was being selfish and that I was to never set foot inside the house again.
And so I haven't.
I wonder if you can understand any of this. I know it will be difficult for you.
I thought what I was doing would be for the best of all of us. I hope it is.
Christopher, I never meant to hurt you.
I used to have dreams where everything would get better. Do you remember how you used to say that you wanted to be an astronaut? Well, I had dreams where you were an astronaut and you were on television. And I thought, that's my son. I wonder what it is that you want to do now. Has it changed? Are you still doing maths? I hope you are. Loads and loads of love, Mother.
Christopher! Christopher? Christopher! Christopher, what the hell are you... What are you... This is... Oh, shit! Christ! It was an accident. I didn't know what to say. I was such a mess. I said she was in hospital because I didn't know how to explain. It was so complicated. And once I said that, I just couldn't take it back. It got out of control. Oh, Jesus, Christopher. You've got sick all over you. Okay. Let's get you up and get your clothes off and get you into bed, okay? I'm going to have to touch you, but it's going to be all right. Look, maybe I shouldn't say this, but I want you to know that you can trust me. Life is difficult, it's bloody hard telling the truth all the time. But you have to know that I'm trying. You have to know that I'm going to tell the truth from now on, about everything. Because if you don't tell the truth now, then later on it just hurts even more. So, I killed Wellington, Christopher. Just let me explain. When your mum left, Aline, Mrs. Shears, she was very good to me. She helped me through a very difficult time, and I'm not sure I would have made it without her. Well, you know how she was around here most days, popping over to see if we were okay, if we needed anything. I thought, I'm trying to keep this simple, Christopher. I thought we were friends, and I guess I felt wrong. We argued, Christopher, and she said some things to me I'm not going to say to you, because they're not nice. But they hurt. I think she cared more for that bloody dog than she did for us. And maybe that's not so stupid looking back. Maybe it's easier looking after some stupid mutt than some other actual human beings. I mean, shit, buddy. We're not exactly low maintenance, are we? Anyway, we had this row. Actually, quite a few rows, to be honest, but after this particularly nasty little blowout, she chucks me out of the house. You know what that bloody dog was like. Nice as pie in one moment, roll over, tickle its stomach, sink its teeth into your leg the next. Anyway, we're arguing and it's in the garden, so when she slams the door behind me, the bug is waiting for me. And I know, maybe if I'd just given it a kick, it would have backed off. But shit, Christopher, when the red mist comes down, Christ, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, we're not that different, me and you. And it was just like everything I had been bottling up for 2 years just go! I promise you, I never meant for it to turn out like this. Okay. Let's leave it for tonight, all right? I'm gonna go downstairs and you get some rest, and we'll talk about it in the morning, okay? It's going to be all right, Christopher. Trust me.
Two, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 112, 1024, 2048, 4096, 4096, 4096.
Father had murdered Wellington. That meant that he could murder me. I had to get out of the house. So I made a decision. I did this by thinking of all the things I could do and deciding whether it was the right thing to do or not.
Stay home.
I decided I couldn't stay home anymore.
Christopher, please.
No, because I can't stay in the house with you anymore because it is dangerous. And I can't live with you because you can't look after me when school is closed.
I could try and...
No, because you're a teacher,
Yes.
not a friend or a member of my family.
Well, you could live with your Uncle Terry.
You live in Sunderland. I don't know how to get to Sunderland.
Get the train. Get the train from Swindon.
Also, you smoke cigarettes and you stroke my hair. You're not a friend either.
I think I am a friend.
No. And I can't stay in your house overnight or use your toilet because you've used it and you're a stranger.
I'm not really a stranger.
Yes!
451C, Chapter Road, London, NW2 5NG. 451C, Chapter Road, London, NW2 5NG. 451C, Chapter Road, London, NW2 5NG. 451C, Chapter Road.
London, NW2, 5NG.
Christopher, I want to ask you something. Mrs. Gascoigne wondered if we'd like to do a play this year. She asked me to ask everyone if we'd like to make some kind of performance for the school. Everyone could join in and play a part in it.
I think it would be a good idea for everyone to join in and play a part in it.
I wanted to ask you if you'd like to make your book into a play.
No.
I think it could be really good fun.
I think it could be really good fun.
No. It's a book, and it's for me. And not everybody, just for me.
Yes, but I think a lot of people would be interested in what would happen if people took your book and started acting bits out of it.
No. I don't like acting because it is pretending that something is real when it is not really real at all, so it is like a kind of lie.
But some people like stories, and they find things that are kind of true and things which are made up. You like your Sherlock Holmes stories. You know Sherlock Holmes isn't a real person, don't you? I would help you if this is something you were worried about.
No.
I think I'd rather like to play the part of a policeman.
You're too old to be a policeman.
Christopher! Christopher! Christopher!
Christopher, what on earth has happened to you?
Can you look after Toby for me?
Oh.
He eats special pellets, and you can buy them from a pet shop, and he needs fresh water every day too.
Why do you need somebody to look after Toby for you, Christopher?
I'm going to live with Mother.
I thought you told me your mother was dead.
I thought she was dead, but she was still alive, and Father lied to me, and also he killed Wellington.
Is your mother here?
No, Mother is in London.
So you're going to London on your own?
I think I am going to do that, yes.
Where's your father at the moment, Christopher?
I don't know.
Well, perhaps we should try and give him a ring and see if we can get in touch with him. I'm sure he's worried about you, and I'm sure there's been a dreadful misunderstanding.
Three, 5, 5, 8.
3558.
3558.
3558.
3558.
3558.
3, 5, 5, 8. Excuse me, where can I buy a map?
A map of where?
I don't know.
Where do you want to get to?
I'm going to the train station.
You don't need a map to get to the station. You can see it from here.
No, I can't.
There. That building says Signal Point on the top. There's a British Rail sign on the other end. The station's at the bottom of that.
Do you mean the stripy building with the horizontal windows that you can see poking out over those houses?
That's the one.
How do I get to that building?
Gordon Bennett.
I knew that the station was somewhere near, and if something is nearby, you can find it by moving in a spiral, walking clockwise and taking every right turn until you come back to a road you've already walked on. Then taking the next left, then every right, and so on, and so on. And that was how I found the station.
Customers seeking access to the car park, please use assistance phone officer. Write the ticket office.
Warning, CCTV. Great Western.
4 p.m. target. 4.
Your inventory like
'Hello. Are you all right, young man?
You're too old.
Are you all right, young man? You're looking a bit worse for wear. The lady at the cafe said that when she tried to talk to you, you were in a complete trance. What's your name?
Christopher Boone,
And where do you live?
36, Randolph Street.
And what are you doing here?
I needed to sit down and be quiet and think.
Okay, let's keep it simple. What are you doing at the railway station?
I'm going to see Mother.
Mother?
Yes, Mother.
When's your train?
I don't know. She lives in London. I don't know when there's a train for London.
So, you don't live with your mother?
No. But I'm going to.
Well, where does your mother live?
In London.
Yes, but where in London?
451C, Chapter Road, London, NW2 5NG.
What is that?
That's Toby, my pet rat.
A pet rat?
Yes, a pet rat. He's very clean and he hasn't got bubonic plague.
Well, that's very reassuring.
Yes.
Have you got a ticket?
No.
Well, so how precisely were you planning on getting to London then?
I'll have a cash point card.
Is this your card?
No, it's Father's.
Father's?
Yes, Father's.
Okay.
He told me the number. It's 3558.
Shh. Why don't you know I just take a little stroll over to the cash machine, eh?
You mustn't touch me.
I don't want to touch you.
I don't know.
Well, neither do I.
Because I got a caution for hitting a policeman, but I didn't mean to hurt him. And if I do it again, it'll be a lot worse because of the caution.
Please insert your card.
You're serious, aren't you?
Yes.
Enter your personal number.
You lead the way.
Where?
Back by the ticket office.
Please enter amount. £10, £20, £50, £100.
How much does it cost to get a ticket to London?
About 20 quid.
Please wait. The transaction is being processed.
Is that pounds?
Christ. Yep. It's £20.
Please take your card and wait for your cash.
Where do I get a ticket for the train from?
In there.
I want to go to London.
If you don't mind.
I want to go to London.
Will that be a single or return?
What does single or return mean?
Do you want to go one way or do you want to come back?
I want to stay there when I get there.
For how long?
Until I go to university.
Single then, that will be £17.
When is the train to London?
Platform 1, 5 minutes.
Where is platform 1?
Through the underpass and up the stairs. You'll see the signs.
Underpass means tunnel, Christopher. In your head, imagine a big red line going across the floor. It starts at your feet and goes through the tunnel. And walk along that line. And count the rhythms in your head. Because that helps, doesn't it? Like when you're doing music or when you're doing drumming. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right.
Left, right, 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 left, right. Is this the train to London?
Christopher. Christopher. How'd you just got your father back at the station. He's looking for you. Okay, let's not get too overexcited here. Look, I'm going to take you back to the station where you, me, and your father can have a little chat about who's going where.
Have you arrested father?
Arrested him? What for?
He killed a dog with a garden fork. The dog was called Wellington.
We can talk about that as well. Right now, young man, I think you've done enough adventuring for one day.
No!
Bugger! Shit, fuck!
Why are you swearing? Has the train started?
Don't move. Oh, yeah, it's Nigel. I'm stuck here on the bloody train. Yeah, don't even. Look, it stops at Ducart Parkway, so if you can get someone to meet me there with the car. Cheers. Tell this old man that we got him. It's gonna be a while. Right. Let's get ourselves a seat. Park yourself. You're a bloody handful, you are. Genius.
I notice everything. Most other people are lazy. They never look at everything. They do what is called glancing, which is the same word but bumping off something and carrying on in almost the same direction. And the information in their head is really simple. For example, if they are sitting on a train looking out of a window at the countryside, it might be 1,
There's some cows in the field.
2,
It's sunny with a few clouds.
3,
There's some flowers in the meadow.
4,
There's a village in the distance.
and then they would stop noticing anything because they'd be thinking something else, like,
I wonder if Julie's dog has given birth yet.
or,
Or I might want the gas cooker on.
or.
I really fancy a bag of quavers.
But if I am looking out of the window of a train onto the countryside, I notice everything, like, 1, there are 19 cows in the field, 15 of which are black and white, and 4 of which are brown and white. 2, there are 3 different visible nimbostratus clouds. 3, there is a village in the distance which has 32 visible houses. There is a plastic bag in the hedge, no 2, and a squashed Coca-Cola can with a snail on it. I can see 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 different types of grass. The cows are, I can see 4 different. There is a wind blowing from there is the Coca-Cola. There is the snail, the cows are facing.
Christ, you wet yourself. For God's sake, go to the bloody toilet, will you?
But I'm on a train.
Toilets on the train now.
Where is the toilet on the train?
Those doors there. But I'll be keeping an eye on you. You understand?
No.
Just go to the bloody toilet.
2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 17, 19, 23, 29, 31, 37, 41, 43, 47, 53, 59, 61, 67, 71, 73, 79, 83, 89, 97, 101, 103, 107,
Christopher!
130, 127, 131, 137, 139,
Christopher!
149, 151, 157,
Bloody hell!
167, 173. Well,
Good God, you scared me. Could I just get my bag? I think there's someone out there on the platform looking for you.
I know.
Well, you'll look out. You're touching my bag.
Yes.
Come look at this, Barry. They've got like a trained elf.
Well, we have both been drinking.
We should nick him.
He could be our elf mascots.
Shift it, you daft twat!
Bullocks, that's not my bag. Coming! I'm coming! Alright, just wait for me in the car park then!
I waited for 9 more minutes, but nobody else came past, and the train was really quiet, and it didn't move again, so I realised that the train had stopped. And I knew that the last stop on the train was London, so I got off the train.
Left, right, left, right, left, right.
Left, right, 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 left, right. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Is this London? Is this London?
Indeed it is.
How do I get to 451C, Chapter Road, London, NW2, 5NG?
Where's that?
It's 451C, Chapter Road, London, NW2, 5NG. And sometimes you can write it 451C, Chapter Road, Willesden, London, NW2, 5NG.
Take the tube to Wilson Junction, or Wilson Green. It's got to be near there somewhere.
What is a tube?
Are you through? See the big staircase with the escalators on it? See the sign says underground? Take the Bakerloo line to Wilson Junction, or the Jubilee to Wilson Green.
You good?
Don't do this, Christopher.
Get away from me!
Christopher, you won't be able to.
I'm doing really well.
You haven't got any money.
I have. I stole your card.
Little shit, where's your Swiss Army knife gone? Have you lost it?
It's in my pocket.
Where's your red line gone? See? It keeps disappearing. How are you going to get to Willesden Green?
There's a Bakerloo line. Look, I can take that to Willesden Junction.
Come back home.
Swindon's not my home anymore. My home is 451C, Chapter Road, London, NW2, 5NG.
Stand behind the yellow line.
I know,
The train will be very noisy.
I know,
It'll really scare you.
I know.
Watch what the people do. Watch how they get on and off.
Yes,
Count the trains. Figure it out. Get the rhythm right. Train coming, train stopped. Doors open, train going. Silence. Train coming, train stopped. Doors open, train going. Silence. Train coming, train stopped. Doors open, train going. Silence. Train coming, train stopped.
doors open, train going, silence, train coming, train stops, doors open, train going, silence, train coming, train stopped, doors open. Toby! Toby! Toby, where are you? Toby! Toby, what are you doing down there? Toby, get back up here this instant. I'm warning you. Right. I'm coming down there, Toby, and when I catch you, I'm going to be very cross.
Jesus, what are you doing?
My rat is on here.
Get out of there, for fuck's sake!
Toby, it's so filthy down here, you'll get so dirty.
Oh my days, what is he doing?
But what does it sodden well look like he's doing?
Call somebody, get somebody, don't just stand there.
Mate, please get back up here.
I can't get back up there, my rat is on here.
What?
Mate, please, you're gonna get yourself killed.
You're going to have to go down there and get him.
Me? What the hell has this got to do with me?
He's a kid, you can't just let him get hit.
Yes, I know he's a kid. I can see he's a kid by sodden we're looking at him. Mate, please, come on.
Toby, stop being so difficult.
I don't believe this is happening. This is ridiculous. Mate, get your ass out there now.
Don't panic. I found him.
Help him then, you muppet.
Christ, oh Christ. What the fuck do you think you were playing at?
I was finding Toby, my pet rat.
Fucking Nora.
Is he okay?
Him? Oh, well, thanks a fucking bundle. Jesus Christ. A pet rat. Shit. My train. Fuck.
Are you okay?
Ah!
All right, is there anything I can do to help you then?
Stand further away. I've got a Swiss Army knife, and it has a saw blade, and it could cut someone's finger off.
Okay, buddy, I'm gonna take that as a no.
Doors open. Is this train going to Willesden Junction?
There are 53,960 full-day options in Scandinavia and Germany. Buy your
can I find 451C, Chapter Road, London, NW2 5NG?
A to Z map of London, 595. I'm not a walking encyclopedia.
Is that the A to Z?
No, it's a bloody chihuahua.
Is that the A to Z?
Yes, it's the A to Z.
Can I buy it?
$5.95, but you'll give me the money first. I'm not having you scarpering.
Left, right, 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 left.
I don't care whether you thought it was funny or not.
Judy, look, I'm sorry, okay?
Well, perhaps you should have thought about that before you made me look like a complete idiot.
You weren't in, so I waited for you.
Christopher?
What?
Christopher!
What the hell is going on?
I'm sorry, Christopher.
I suppose this means Ed's here too.
Where's your father, Christopher?
I think he's in Swindon.
Thank God for that.
But how did you get here?
I came on the train.
Oh my God, Christopher, I didn't think I'd ever... Why are you here on your own? Christopher, you're soaking. Roger, don't just stand there.
Are you going to come in? Are you going to stand out here all night?
I'm going to live with you because Father killed Wellington with a garden fork.
Jumping Jack Christ.
Roger, please. Come on, Christopher. Let's go inside and get you dried off.
Come on then, soldier. You'll catch your death out here.
You follow Roger.
He's hungry. Have you got any food I can give him? And some water?
Are you okay, Christopher?
I'm tired.
I know, love. I can get you a blanket.
No, don't. I've got a sleeping bag in my rucksack.
Will you let me help you get your clothes off, then? I could get you a clean t-shirt. You could get yourself into bed. T-shirt! Pass me a t-shirt! You're very brave.
Yes?
You never wrote to me.
I know.
Why didn't you write to me, Christopher? I wrote you all those letters. I was thinking something dreadful had happened, or you'd moved away and I'd never find out where you were.
Father said you were dead.
What?
He said that you had to go into hospital because he had something wrong with your heart, and then you had a heart attack.
Oh my God.
you doing that?
I'm so sorry, Christopher.
What for?
Bastard! The bastard! Christopher, let me hold your hand just for once. Just for me. I won't hold it hard.
I don't like people holding my hand.
No. Okay. That's okay.
I need to speak with him.
He's been through enough today already.
I know, still, I need to speak with him. Christopher Boone, can you please open the door?
Come on, Christopher.
Christopher, love. It's alright. Just open the door, will you, sweetheart?
Is he going to take me away?
No, Christopher, he isn't.
Are you going to let him take me away?
No, I won't.
Your father says he ran away, is that true?
Yes.
Is this your mother?
Yes.
Why did you run away?
Because Father killed Wellington, who is a dog, so that meant he could kill me too.
So I've heard. Do you want to go back to Swindon, back to your father, or do you want to stay here?
I want to stay here.
How do you feel about
I want to stay here.
Hold on, I'm asking your mother.
He told Christopher I was dead.
Okay, let's not get into who said what here. I'm just trying to figure out...
Of course he can stay.
Okay, that probably settles it as far as I'm concerned.
Are you going to take me back to Swindon?
No. If your husband turns up and causes any trouble, just give us a ring. If not, you have to deal with it on your own.
I'm talking to him whether you like it or not.
Roger, don't just...
I'm not going to be spoken to like that in my own home.
I'll talk to you how I damn well like.
You have no right to be here.
He's my son, in case you've forgotten.
What in God's name did you think you were playing at, saying those things to him?
You were the one that bloody left.
So you decided to just wipe me out of his life altogether?
Now, let's all just calm down here, shall we?
Isn't that what you wanted?
I wrote to him every week.
What's the use writing to him?
Well,
I cooked his meals, I cleaned his clothes, I looked after him when he was ill, I took him to the doctor, I worried myself sick every time he wandered off somewhere at night. I went to school every time he got into a fight. And you? What? You wrote him some bloody letters.
So you thought it was okay to tell him his mother was dead?
and now is not the time.
I'm gonna go see him. If you try to stop me,
Christopher, it's okay. I won't let him do anything.
Christopher? Christopher, I'm sorry about the letters. I never meant. I promise I will never do anything like that again. Shit, Christopher. Please.
Mr. Boone?
How the hell did you get in here? Did you call him?
Mr. Boone, come on, mate.
Don't you make me. This is my son.
I know. We can all get this sorted. Just come with me, please.
Ed, you should go. He's frightened.
I'll be back. I'll be back, Christopher. I promise. I promise you that.
You can get yourself back into bed. Everything's going to be all right. I promise you.
Okay, he can stay for a few days.
He can stay as long as he needs to stay.
This flat is hardly big enough for 2 people, let alone 3.
He can understand what you're saying, you know.
What's he going to do? There's no school for him to go to. We've both got jobs. It's bloody ridiculous.
Roger, that's enough. You can stay as long as you want to stay.
It was Mother who gave me the milkshake. It was Mother who gave me the milkshake, not you. You need to shout more loudly at him, like you're really angry with him, not just being nice.
Okay. Roger! That's enough! You can stay as long as you want to stay.
I have to go back to Swindon.
But, Christopher, you've only just got here.
I have to, because I have to sit my maths A-level next week.
You're doing maths A-level?
Yes, I'm taking it on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday next week.
Oh, Christopher, that's really good.
Yeah.
But I can't see Father, so I have to go back to Swindon with you.
I don't know whether that's going to be possible.
But I have to go.
Let's talk about this some other time, okay?
Okay, but I have to go to Swindon.
Christopher, please.
What time is it?
It's 7 minutes past 2 in the morning.
I can't sleep.
It's because you're scared of Mr. Shears. For being silly.
There's nobody about. You can hear traffic.
What cars are there?
A Fiesta, a Nissan Micra, a Peugeot, a Ford Granada.
What colours are they?
I can't tell. I can only see orange and black and mixtures of orange and black.
Look at the things people have in their front gardens.
Oh yes. Is that an elf?
It's a gnome and a teddy bear. And look, a little pond.
Oh, and a cooker. I like looking up at the sky.
Me too.
When you look up at the sky at night, you know you're looking at stars, which are hundreds and thousands of light years away from you. And some of the stars don't exist anymore because their light has taken so long to get to us that they have already died. Or they have exploded and collapsed into red dwarfs. And it makes you feel very small. And if you have difficult things in your life, it is nice to think that they are what is called negligible, which means that they are so small you don't have to take them into account when you are calculating something. I can't see any stars here.
No.
It's because of all the light pollution in London. All the lights from the street lights and car headlights and floodlights and lights in the buildings reflect off of tiny particles in the atmosphere, and they get in the way of the light from the stars.
Christopher!
I have to go.
Don't.
I have to.
Christopher!
Siobhan! Siobhan! Where are you going? Siobhan!
Christopher! Christopher! Jesus Christ! What are you doing out here? I thought you'd gone. I was looking for you. If you ever do that again, Christopher, I swear to God I love you, but I don't know what I'll do. You have to promise me you won't leave the flat on your own again. Christopher, do you promise me that?
I promise.
You can't trust people in London. Would you like an iced lolly?
Yes, I would, please.
Would you like a strawberry one?
Yes, I would, please, because that's red. What's it called here?
It's called Hampstead Heath. I love it. You can see all over London.
Where are all the planes going to?
Heathrow, I think. Christopher, I rang Mrs. Gascoigne. I told her that you'll take your last A-level next year.
No!
Christopher, please, calm down, love. Okay. Okay, Christopher, just please calm down, love.
Is he okay?
Well, what does it look like to you?
All right. Here we are. You wanted a radio? 100 number puzzles. It's from the library. This one is called The Origins of the Universe. And this one is Nuclear Power.
They're for children.
Well, it's nice to know my contribution is appreciated.
Christopher, I made you a chart because you need to eat, love. I made you some Complan, and it's got strawberry flavouring in it.
Complan?
Roger, be quiet. If you drink 200 millilitres, then I'm going to put a bronze star on your chart.
I don't believe this.
Roger, for God's sake, please. If you drink 400 millilitres, then you get a silver star. And if you drink 600 millilitres, you get a gold star.
A gold star? Well, that's very original, I have to say. You think you're so clever, don't you? Don't you ever think about other people? Stop it! For 1 second! Hey! Are you pleased with yourself? Aren't you?
What time is it?
It's 4 o'clock in the morning.
What are you doing?
I'm packing some clothes.
Where is Mr. Shears?
He's asleep. Come downstairs. Bring Toby. Get into the car.
Into Mr. Shears' car?
That's right.
Are you stealing the car?
I'm just borrowing it.
Where are we going?
We're going home.
Back home to Swindon?
Yes.
Are we going back so that I can take my Maths A level?
What?
I'm meant to be taking my Maths A level tomorrow.
Christopher, we're going back to Swindon, Because if we stay in London any longer, then someone is going to get hurt. And I don't necessarily mean you. Now, I need you to be quiet for a while.
How long do you need me to be quiet for?
Jesus, the half an hour. I need you to be quiet for half an hour, Christopher.
Why the hell are you here?
This is my house too, in case you've forgotten.
Is your fancy man here as well?
Now, you don't need to panic.
Where's he gone to?
He's gone to stay at his friend's house for a while.
Is he going to be arrested?
What for?
For killing Wellington?
I don't think so. I think he'll only be arrested if Mrs. Shears presses charges.
What's that?
It's when you tell the police to arrest somebody for little crimes. They only arrest people for little crimes if you ask them.
Is killing Wellington a little crime?
Yes, love, it is. In the next few weeks, we're going to try to get a place of our own to live in.
Does this mean that I can still take my Maths A level?
You're not listening to me, are you, Christopher?
I am listening to you.
I told you. I rang your headmistress. I told her you were in London, and I told her you'd do it next year.
But I'm here now, so I can take it.
Christopher, I'm sorry. I didn't know we'd be coming back. This isn't going to solve anything.
You've got some nerve.
Where are we going?
Swanning around here as though nothing ever happened.
Ignore her, Christopher.
So, he's finally dumped you too then, has he?
What is Mrs. Shears doing?
You had it coming. Don't pretend that you didn't, because you bloody did.
Where are we going?
We're going to the school.
So, you're Christopher's mother?
Yes, that's right. And you're...
Siobhan. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, yes, it's nice to meet you too.
Hello, Christopher.
Hello.
Are you okay?
I'm tired.
He's a bit upset.
Because of the A level, you said?
He won't eat. He won't sleep.
Yeah. I talked to Mrs. Gascoigne after you called.
Right.
She still actually has your A levels in 3 sealed envelopes in her desk.
I still actually have the A-level papers in my desk.
Does that mean that I can still take my Math A level?
I think so. We're going to call the Reverend Peters to make sure he can still come in this afternoon to be your invigilator, and Mrs. Gascoigne is going to call the examination board to say that you're going to take the exam after all. I thought I should tell you now, so you can think about it.
So I could think about what?
Is this what you want to do, Christopher? If you don't want to do it, nobody is going to be angry with you, and it won't be wrong or illegal or stupid. It will just be what you want, and that will be fine.
I want to do it.
Okay. How tired are you?
Very.
How's your brain when you think about maths?
2, 3, 7, 5, 7, 11, 13, 19, 17, 19. I don't think it really works very well.
What's the logarithmic formula for the approximate number of prime numbers not greater than x?
I can't think.
So, this is jolly exciting, eh, Christopher? Well, I'm excited. Now, this exam will last about 2 hours. First thing you want to do is pop your name on the front. Okay, young man, you ready to roll? Turn over your paper, please, Christopher, and begin.
One, 8, 27, 64, 125, 216, 343, 512, 729, 1,000, 1,331.
You're right.
I can't read the question.
What do you mean?
I can't read the question.
Can you see the question?
I can see the question, but I can't read the question because when I look at the words, they look all confused and mixed up and the wrong way round to me.
Right.
What does this question say?
Christopher, I'm afraid I can't help you like that. I'm not allowed to.
Christopher, stop groaning. Get your breath. Count the cubes of the cardinal numbers again.
1, 8, 27, 64, 125, 216, 343, 512, 729, 1,000, 1,331.
Now, have another go.
Shape of a triangle that can be written in the form n squared plus 1, n squared minus 1, and 2n, where n is greater than 1, is right-angled.
You don't have to tell us.
What?
You don't have to tell us how you solved it.
But it's my favourite question.
Yes, but it's not very interesting.
I think it is.
People don't want to hear about the answer to a maths question in a play. Why don't you tell it after curtain call? When you've finished, you can take a bow, and everyone who wants to can go home, and if anyone wants to find out how you solved the problem, then they can stay and you can tell them at the end. Okay?
Okay.
Don't scream. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not going to hurt you. I wanted to ask how the exam went.
Tell him, Christopher. Please, Christopher.
I don't know if I got all the questions right because I was very tired and I hadn't eaten anything, so I couldn't think properly.
Thank you.
What for?
Just thank you. I'm very proud of you, Christopher. Very proud. I'm sure you did very well.
How's your flat?
It's not really a flat. It's a room. It's very small. The corridor is painted brown. Other people use the toilet. Mother has to clean the toilet before I can use it. Sometimes there are other people in there, so I do wet myself. The room smells like socks and pine air freshener. And another bad thing that happened is that Toby died because he was 2 years and 7 months old, which is very old for a rat. I don't like waiting for my A-level results.
Yeah.
Mother doesn't get back from work until 5:30, so I have to go to Father's house from 3:49 to 5:30 because I'm not allowed to be on my own. Mother said I didn't have a choice. I push the bed up against the door in case Father tries to come into the room. Sometimes he tries to talk to me through the door, but I don't answer him. Sometimes he sits outside the door quietly for a long time. Can I come and live with you so that I'll have a real room to put all my things and I wouldn't have to share the toilet with strangers?
No, Christopher, you can't.
Why can't I? Is it because I'm too noisy and sometimes I'm difficult to control?
It's because I'm not your mother.
No.
That's very important. Do you understand that?
I don't know.
Christopher, can I have a talk with you?
No, 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 you can't, no!
It's okay. I'll be here.
I don't want to talk to Father!
I'll do you a deal. 5 minutes, okay? That's all. Christopher, look. Things can't go on like this. I don't know about you, but this, you being in the house and not talking to me, this just hurts too much. You have to learn to trust me, and I don't care how long it takes. If it's a minute one day, then 2 minutes the next, then 3 minutes the next. If it takes years, I don't care. Because this is important. It's more important than anything else. Let's call it a project. A project that we have to do together. And it will be difficult at first because it's a difficult project, but it will get better. I promise. And I've got you a present to show you I really mean what I say. And to say sorry. And you'll see what I mean. She's 7 months old. Christopher, I would never, ever do anything to hurt you.
You won't be able to take her away with you, I'm afraid. The bed sits too small. But your father's going to look after her hair, and you can take her for walks whenever you want.
Does she have a name?
No. You can decide what to call her.
Brownie. Her name is Brownie.
We have to go now.
Yes.
We'll come back tomorrow, and you can see her then.
Here.
What's this?
It's your results.
Yes.
Well, you need to open them and read them.
Yes.
What does it say?
I got an A star.
That's terrific!
Yes.
Aren't you happy?
Yes, it's the best result.
I know. How's your dog?
She's very well. I stayed last week at Father's because Mother got flu and she slept on my bed so she could bark in case anybody tried to come into the room at night.
Right. And how are things going on with your father?
He planted a vegetable patch in his garden. I helped him and Brownie watched. We planted carrots and peas and spinach and I'm going to pick them when they're ready. He bought me a book called Further Maths for A-Level, and he told Mrs. Gascoigne that I was going to take further maths next year. She said, okay.
Okay.
I'm going to pass it and get an A star. And then in 2 years, I'll take A-level physics and get an A star. Then I will go to university in another town. I will take Brownie and my books and my computer. Then I will live in a flat with a garden and a proper toilet. Then I will get a first-class honours degree. Then I will be a scientist. I can do these things.
I hope so.
I can because I went to London on my own. I solved the mystery of who killed Wellington. I found my mother. I was brave.
You were.
And I wrote a book.
I know. I read it. We turned it into a play.
Yes. Does that mean I can do anything, do you think? Does that mean I can do anything, Siobhan? Does that mean I can do anything? Thank you very much for clapping, and thank you very much for staying behind to listen to how I answered the question on my Maths A-level. Siobhan said it wouldn't be very interesting, but I said it was. She didn't tell me what I should use, so I decided to use all the machines and computers in the theatre, including 4 Macintosh computers, an ETC iron lighting console, Martin Mac Quantums, which are moving lights with light-emitting diodes, JBL speakers, Shure ULXD transmitters with Countryman headset microphones, and Panasonic and Barco overhead projectors, which were set up by a nice man named Joe Piccone from Blue Chip Sound. I had 2 hours to answer 19 questions, but I spent 38 minutes doing moaning and groaning, so I only had 4 minutes to answer this question. Show that a triangle that can be written in the form n squared plus 1, n squared minus 1, and 2n, where n is greater than 1, is right-angled. And this is what I wrote. Start the clock. If a triangle is right-angled, one of its sides will be 90 degrees and will therefore follow Pythagoras' theorem. Pythagoras said that a squared plus b squared equals c squared, to put it simple. If you draw squares outside the 3 sides of a right-angled triangle, then add up the area of the 2 smaller squares, this will be equal to the area of the longer square. This is only true if the triangle is right-angled. Come on, Bluey! The A-level question is an algebraic formula for making right-angled triangles. N squared plus 1 is the biggest number in this equation, which makes it the hypotenuse, which is the longest side of the triangle. To find the area of a square, you must multiply the length by the width. The area of this square is 2n times 2n, which equals 4n squared. the area of this square is n squared minus 1 times n squared minus 1, which equals n to the power of 4 minus 2n squared plus 1. Now, if we add these two squares together, this equals n to the power of 4 plus 2n squared plus 1. Now, we need to find the area of the square of the hypotenuse, which is n squared plus 1 times n squared plus 1, which equals n to the power of 4 plus 2n squared plus 1, which is the same term. So, the area of the two small squares adds up to the area of the larger square. So, all my squares fit together to satisfy Pythagoras' theorem. So, the triangle is right-angled. And that is how I got an A star.